Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and busts. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
You are listening to the Rita Cosby Show. And guess what? 2026 is less than an hour away, and I am thrilled to be ringing in the new year with all of you. A lot of us are saying good riddance to 2025. Boy, was it a crazy year and a bumpy year. So maybe the best is yet to come in 2026. Donald Trump sure says it is. And if you look at all the different accomplishments he's had, all the things he plans to do in 2026, we also have the midterms. And again, everybody, in less than an hour, there will be a new mayor of New York City, the 111th mayor of New York City, who will be sworn in on the Quran. And it's going to take place at the Old City Hall subway station. New York Attorney General Letitia James giving the oath of office to Zoran Mandani. Unbelievable, but we're at that moment, guys. And of course, we're on the precipice of a new year and a new you for many of you. So I want to hear your thoughts, too, because tonight we're all talking about our New Year's resolutions. We're also talking about the biggest things that happened in 2025, and there's a lot of them. We're not talking about the border anymore because that's because President Trump sealed it. And within a few minutes, I would say. And also, how about solving 8 wars? And he says he hopes that he's close to solving Russia and Ukraine. So many things to talk about tonight, and obviously a lot of uncertainty in New York City as we brace for Zoran Mandani, who said a lot of crazy things leading up to this moment and has a lot of crazy characters by his side. But most importantly, all of you, we love you, we appreciate you, and we hope that 2026 is a great, safe, and healthy and happy one for you and your family. And just a little bit ago, we actually heard from our Commander-in-Chief, President Trump. He is down in Mar-a-Lago. You wouldn't know that he's on vacation because this week he met with Zelensky. He also met with the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. And he just is on the verge of having a big party. He's walking in just a few minutes ago, in fact, at Mar-a-Lago, and he was in his very dapper tux. Melania, the First Lady, looked amazing in this gorgeous silver gown, and it is a star-studded affair there. You're seeing Laura Trump and Eric Trump there. Also, Judge Jeanine Pirro, Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary, is there. Congressman Tom Emmer, also former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Former White House Deputy Chief of Staff Dan Scavino, who's been by the president's side for many, many years, Ambassador Sergio Gore, and so many others. And Benjamin Netanyahu was also there. Remember, he met with him earlier this week in Mar-a-Lago, and President Trump said, hey, I hope you come back for New Year's. Well, who could turn down an offer like that? Mar-a-Lago's gorgeous. I've been there a number of times. It is a beautiful, beautiful place. And no doubt Benjamin Netanyahu is going to be ringing in the new year with President Trump. Boy, does that send a message to Iran and so many others around the globe. Well, here is President Trump just a little bit ago as he was walking into this very glittering, star-studded Mar-a-Lago New Year's Eve bash. And here is what President Trump said when a reporter asked him, what is he hoping for in 2026? Here is President Trump. Peace on earth. There was a lot of music in the background there because it's a big bash. But you heard him say peace on earth. That is what he's praying for. And he really has been the commander in chief, but also the commander of peace too. I mean, when you look at what he has accomplished. Also, everybody bracing in Times Square. There's a chance that there could be some snow flurries tonight because it is darn right cold outside. And they are saying this is the coldest New Year, by the way, in Times Square in New York City since 2017. And the people out there, they are layering up. They're putting on their diapers, by the way, because the other story is once they get in, you can't get out to go to the bathroom because there is so much security. There are so many people packed in that you got to kind of pampers up, if you will, and prepare because once you're there, it's hard to leave. And it's going to be a cold night out there, but they're predicting anywhere from like 500,000 people to 1 million people around Times Square. And we're going to see the ball drop right at midnight. We're going to go through it together. We'll play a little Auld Lang Syne. John and Margo Catsimatidis are also going to be joining us, so I can't wait to hear their thoughts about the new year and what 2025 meant to them and what they're hoping for. I'm sure peace on earth is part of the deal, but I also want to hear from all of you. And also some of the uncertainty that many of us are feeling with Zoran Mandani about to become the next mayor of New York City. Again, taking the oath on a Quran. It is the first time in New York City history that a mayor-elect will do that. 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. And you are listening to The Rita Cosby Show. Let's go to Joe in New Jersey on line 4. Go ahead, Joe, your thoughts tonight.
Hi, Rita. This summer, I was listening to a late-night radio talk show, and they had a well-known psychic on the show as a guest. And the gentleman hosting the show asked him if he could tell him anything about the Antichrist. And the psychic said, he's here. He's like implying that he's on the earth. He's with us. And then he said, well, what can you tell us? Any details? He said, not much. I can tell you this, though. He's in his 30s, and he has black hair.
So what are you implying, Joe? I mean, I'm not going to call him the Antichrist. If you're referring... Are you referring to, obviously, Zoran, who's 34? I'm not going to call him that, but I will call him anti-Semitic because his comments certainly were that in the past. And I think we're in for a bumpy ride, Joe, don't you? I mean, I think it's going to be a lot worse than even people imagine. Your thoughts? It's
going to be de Blasio on steroids.
Yeah, I think we're going to wish that. I think Bill de Blasio is going to look like Charles Bronson compared to this guy.
When the host replied to him, the picture of Mandani jumped into my brain. It was just freaky. It freaked me out.
Well, I hope most importantly, Joe, that I hope we have a safe time in New York. I want New York to be successful. I want America to be successful. And for that reason, I'm just praying. I'm praying it's better than I expect. But I'm not that optimistic, unfortunately, because I just see him at such loggerheads, not only with Jessica Tisch, who is the NYPD commissioner, but a lot of others. But just pray for New York, and let's pray for peace, and let's pray that there will be these counterbalances to him. Governor Hochul has the ability to be a counterbalance. Obviously, President Trump will certainly be a counterbalance on the federal level. So there's a lot of things that can be done. So don't rule out that there will be these checks and balances. That's for sure. 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. Let's go to Paul in England, who's calling in from merry old England on line 3. Go ahead, Paul.
Hi, Rita. Happy New Year to you in over an hour's time, yeah. Yeah, fantastic year for WABC, of course, and its coverage, of course, and great stuff. And also found you this year as well, myself, in England, so that's great.
I love now, Paul. Before you get started, where are you in England, and how did you ring in the new year?
I'm stuck on Trent. I'm Staffordshire, Midlands, West Midlands.
Beautiful. So, how did you ring in the new year?
Well, I celebrated watching the television and watching the late night music shows and that. Jules Holland, he's a good musician. He's a good presenter. He presents a program called Later. He does a good program on the television, and that's the current of the New York Bulls of the past of New York and whatever. He's a great presenter, and he just goes every single year, New Year. So I talked to sang with Lulu, the singer of the 60s puppet.
Oh yeah, sure. By the way, on WABC we got Cousin Brucey and Tony Orlando
I know Cousin Brucey. I listened to Cousin Brucey on Christmas time. Yeah, it's great stuff.
Really great stuff. So now, what are your thoughts as you're watching? What do you think's ahead for America? What's your New Year's resolution for America, and what's your New Year's resolution for jolly old England?
Let's England be a better year for England, and also let's hope America has a better year as well for especially market centenary years, many years as well there since 1776. So let's have a great new year all over the world, including America included. So let's have a great year, better year in years to come as well.
Absolutely. And by the way, long live the king too as well. Paul, thank you very, very much. It's really great to hear from you. I'm glad you are listening to us from England. How beautiful. My parents met in London, so I love that. It holds a special place in my heart. Let's go, if we can, to Tom in Boston, line 4. Tom, you're listening to The Rita Cosby Show as we're heading into 2026.
Right, Rita. I'm glad I got through. Listen, Rita, the Quran and the Constitution are absolutely incompatible. He should not have put his hand on the Quran. He should not have been sworn in on the Quran. The Quran, they have honor killings. Women can not show much skin. Can you imagine a woman in New York? It could be raped by a Muslim, and he could get off because he said, "I saw some skin." But if you're a Christian or anything, they throw the book at you. It's crazy. The Quran is incompatible with the Constitution. Should never happen.
Now, what do you make of the fact, Tom, that also a number of the people that he has been spending time with, I mean, I'll be curious to see not only the images that are going to come out, because we understand we're going to see pictures when Zoran Mandani, and I know that's who you're referring to because he says he's going to put his hand on the Quran when he gets sworn in. Yeah. But I'll be curious to see who's with him at the private ceremony. That's going to be at the old subway station there at City Hall. And then also who's going to be with him at the public one that takes place at 1:00 tomorrow, Eastern time, because at his victory party, remember, he had Mahmoud Khalil. That's the guy who was leading the student protests. He had that imam who was a character witness for somebody close to the 1993 World Trade Center bombings. He also had Hassan Piker. That's the one who said that America deserved 9/11. It's like a rogues gallery. Is that who he's going to, even if some of the people in his administration are a rogues gallery, when I look at this guy, this Ramzi Hassan, that's his chief counsel. That's the guy who represented the Al-Qaeda guy. It's almost inconceivable that in America in 2025, that is what we're dealing with this new mayor. Your thoughts on that, Tom?
Rita, these are all communists. They're incompatible. Rita, let me say, remember, years ago, there was a great term that was used, but it's now not being used. Remember the term Islamo-fascist? We used to use that term 10 years ago all the time. And now they're trying to make the Republicans look like fascists. So it is crazy. It's an upside-down world, upside down.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. It's almost like a crazy Alice in Wonderland, but a bad dream, to your point. Tom, thank you very much. And let's pray that 2026 is a better year and that it's better news for New York than many of us are expecting. Thank you very much. Let's go to Liz in New York on line 3.
Hi, Rita. I want to wish you a healthy and happy New Year.
Thank you. You too. You too. And before you get started, what is your resolution, Liz? Fill us in on your resolution.
Well, I will pray harder to God to save New York City.
Thank you. Could I ask you a favor? My resolution is that you pray doubly hard.
Well, they say 2026, the number 26, in Judaism is a numerical value of God's name of mercy. So let's hope. But you know what? We're all blessed, with family and good friends, and we ask for good health. And we really do need to pray that there's peace on earth. And we always pray for shalom bayis, peace in the home, because peace and teaching peace starts in the home. And I came to New York. My daughter had a baby, and I'm leaving Monday. But I went for my last hurrah in the city, and I was in Union Square, and in these restaurants and these bookstores, these kids, they're adults, colored hair, piercings, tattoos all over their bodies. This is our future, and it won't get any better because these kids are going to have kids, and they're going to teach them what they've been taught. So it's a scary thing what's going on.
Which is why I think good people have to stand up. And to me, you're right. When I see the crazy colors and some of the tattoos and all that other stuff, I don't like it. But I didn't grow up with that. But there are a lot of good people that do have some crazy hair colors. It's the people with the crazy ideas that I worry about more than the hair color. Although sometimes the hair color tips you off, but there are also some great folks out there that just get a little creative. And by the way, on New Year's, Liz, I saw a couple of people walking down the street. I think they were headed to Times Square. I don't think I saw more neon green in 5 seconds than I did there. Liz, thank you. You are terrific, and thank you for praying for New York. And I'm glad you enjoy New York, and I hope it continues to be, the greatest city in the world, because we deserve it. And there are so many great things about New York that I think will outlast any mayor. And hopefully we'll definitely outlast this one. Let's hope. Liz, thank you very much. And everybody, we are going to continue your calls on this great New Year's Eve. We're just a little over half an hour away. I can't believe it, from 2026. And what better than to be with all of you? 1-800-848-9222. And you're listening to the special edition of The Rita Cosby Show on New Year's Eve. I get to be with you in 2025 and 2026.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform. This National Foster Care Month, Marine Toys for Tots is providing hope to children who need it most. Staff Sergeant James Caldwell, who grew up in foster care himself, shares that while handing out gifts at a Toys for Tots distribution event, a little girl looked up at him, reached into her bag, pulled out a stuffed animal and said, "Someone needs to make sure you get a toy too." That simple gesture embodies the heart of Marine Toys for Tots, ensuring every child, including those in foster care, experiences the kindness that can transform their future. Visit toysfortots.org today. This is the Rita Cosby Show.
And they are dancing in the streets all over the globe. We just heard from England. I love that they are tuning in to the Rita Cosby Show from jolly old England. We'll continue with your calls, everybody, as we will ring in the new year just about a half an hour from now.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Rita Cosby is on.
And this is the Tunnel to Towers Foundation Support Our Heroes segment with a very powerful story from Beckley, West Virginia. By the way, Margo and John Catsimatidis, I think they're coming in to ring in the new year. And Margo, I believe, performed in Beckley, West Virginia as a ballet dancer years ago. So I can't wait to ask her about that. But this story's for you, Margo. Beckley, West Virginia. The Raleigh County Veterans and First Responder Museum hosted a Quilts of Valor ceremony to honor local veterans. One by one, each of the veterans were recognized, and they stood strong so volunteers could then drape them over their shoulders with a warm handmade gesture, a quilt, thanking them for their service given and also sacrifices made to their country. 5 of the 6 veterans that were honored at this big, very special event served during the Vietnam War. And the Quilts of Valor volunteers, including one named Jackie Wright, said it is crucial to remember those who served in Vietnam. She said they were not treated very well when they came back from the war. And they made sure when the future generations went to war that they would be welcomed and they would be thanked. She further said it's our obligation to never, ever forget their sacrifice. Bravo to her and, of course, all of these great veterans. And to all of the Vietnam veterans and their families, we love you. We appreciate you. I love doing it every night here on the Rita Cosby Show. We've been doing it in 2025. We're going to do it in 2026 because we love our veterans and we also love our members of law enforcement as well. And everybody also support America's military and first responder heroes. Donate $11 a month to the great Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Be sure to check them out at T2T.org. That's T2T.org. Be sure to check out the great Tunnel to Towers Foundation. They do so much for America's military and their heroes and their families who support them through everything. And of course, when you look at great charities, check out the Tunnel to Towers Foundation on 2025 and in 2026, which is now just minutes away. Everybody, we have been watching all the different ceremonies taking place around the world. New York City, Times Square, they are going to be dropping the famous ball just a few minutes from now, and we'll be ringing in New Year's with all of you. I love being with you here on the Rita Cosby Show. I can't think of a better way to end the year than to be with all of you. By the way, in Times Square, this is wild. The ball, the very famous ball that's been there now for a number of years, they've actually had a series of them. The first ball was 700 pounds. This ball is 12,000 pounds. That's amazing. And it is 12 and a half feet in diameter. It drops 90 feet in 60 seconds. And then the ball, first, of course, is going to ring in 2026. And then it will change to red, white, and blue. And confetti is going to fall one more time at 12:04 as we celebrate America's birthday, 250 years. And we're going to be doing that all year long because there is a lot to celebrate. We're not a perfect nation, but boy, we are the best darn country in the world. And there is a lot to celebrate as we ring in the new year here on The Rita Cosby Show. 1-800-848-9222. 1-800-848-9222. What are you hoping for on this new year? What are you looking forward to? And what are you happy to say? Thank goodness 2025 is gone because of X. There was a good riddance day. I think a lot of us have a big good riddance list for 2025, but a lot of optimism for 2026. Let's go to Eduardo in Florida here on the Rita Cosby Show. Eduardo, it's great to hear from you. First off, what is your New Year's resolution, my friend?
Yeah, Happy New Year, Rita. Well, it's a couple of things. We're going to see finally possibly the regime change in Venezuela, and Ms. Machado, I think, will do a great job. We turn the chapter on Mr. Maduro and Chavez in Venezuela, and also taking over the Congress, retaining control of the Congress, of the House and the Senate, and getting rid of the filibuster, too.
Yeah, that, by the way, that's a lot of big stuff, but you're right. You look at what's happening with Congress, the midterms, that's going to be a biggie in 2026. I've already said that if the Democrats take it, it's going to be gridlock city, Eduardo, and it's going to be impeachment central. And then Maduro, do you think that we'll see a new head of Venezuela? We might even see it. It might not even take the whole year. It might take a month or two. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards it being a sequel to the Noriega Panama, remember, in 1989?
Sure.
Where we had 20,000 So I guess this time we have like 15,000 troops. So somewhere along that lines would be great. So I'm looking forward to it.
What did you make of also when President Trump broke the news, and he did this with our own John Catsimatidis. He broke the news that they actually targeted a location, which is a boat dock that was making those drug boats, those narco-terrorist drug boats. That was a loud and clear message, right?
Yeah. I mean, your show was on there, like even in the Spanish news, Cats and Cops was referenced in all the news about that story. So congratulations on that.
Well, John deserves a lot of the credit. President actually called him to say hello, and then John, the Energizer Bunny, always ready, said, "Hey, will you want to come on?" But that was a huge scoop. Huge scoop. Eduardo, thank you very much, and also wishing you a great and healthy and safe New Year. And let's pray, as you mentioned, for Venezuela, because, boy, that would be an enormous change if we could see that and see the rightly elected person there, Maria Machado, coming in instead of Maduro. That would be a really big deal. Eduardo, thank you very, very much. Let's go to Sergio in New Jersey on line 1. Sergio, your thoughts tonight?
How are you, all my Trumplicans? How is everybody? Happy New Year.
Thank you. Well, you know what? First off, I'll take the Happy New Year. But your thoughts tonight, what are you looking forward to in 2026, Sergio?
I think, speaking about Mandani, Carpet Man, I think that the demise of New York is going to take full effect just by the people that he's putting in his cabinet. He's hiring retreads from the de Blasio administration. New York is done. I hate to say it, the greatest city in the world is done. And I'm telling these people, like, listen, if you voted for this, if you back this, then you need to stay there and suffer. You need to stay and suffer. Don't leave to go to a red. And I'm in Jersey. I mean, we're blue, beyond the color blue. And it sucks over here in Jersey.
By the way, you guys had a choice, Sergio. Jack Chittarelli was running there. What happened there? What happened there?
Okay, exactly what I was going to say. When we were in the margin of error with Jack and Mikey, right? Now, how are we in the margin of error the day of and the day before Election Day, and then she winds up winning by 13 points? You're going to tell me that was a fair election? That was another stolen election. That's what these Democrats do. They lie, they cheat, they steal. This is their party, and it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to the Democrats of the old. It's disgusting what is going on with the left and what they're doing to this country with all these rogue judges intervening, getting in the way. Everybody's wondering why governors and senators and people aren't getting locked up, because all these rogue judges aren't going to do nothing. So it's going to be a stalemate. It's just going to be put off and put off and put off, and tax dollars are going to go through the roof to try and get some kind of accountability. It's not going to happen.
Well, you hit it on the head. And one of the things that I also talk about, Sergio, too, as we're going back to Mandani, is he's talked about these free buses. Well, guess what? If free buses happen, guess who's going to be on the free buses 24/7? That's not a good idea. So there's a lot of issues there, and that's why I actually think we're in for a bumpy ride. He can't deliver on these promises. New York can't afford it. Everybody knows that. Even the governor knows it. I mean, she made some comments after the election that, free buses might be difficult. Some of these other things might be difficult. I wish she had said it before, but that is where we're at. I think it's going to be a lot of broken promises, a lot of bumpy roads, and unfortunately, we might also see a lot of protests, and that's a big concern, too, as well. Sergio, thank you very much. Let's go to Jerry in Manhattan, line 4. And again, everybody, the number is 1-800-848-9222. And this is the Rita Cosby Show on a very special 2025 final show as we ring in 2026. Go ahead, Jerry.
Hi, Happy New Year, Rita.
You too. By the way, before your comment, what's your New Year's resolution, Jerry? We're taking New Year's resolutions first.
To give up caffeine.
Oh, wow. I don't think I can give that up, but go ahead. There's other things.
Hard.
You know, the hours I work, I don't think I can give that up.
I understand.
I'm with all of you guys, morning, night, and day.
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to question a comment. Trump said the oil in Venezuela is our oil. The United States is oil. How does he come to that? Venezuela is a sovereign country. The oil is in their ground. They own the land. They own the oil. So how does President Trump say it's our oil?
Well, that's an interesting point. What do you think he means by that? I mean, first off, what he has been saying is that there's been a lot of this black market oil, too. You probably noticed that because that's what he's been stopping with these tankers. And a lot of them have been bound for places like Iran. And that's not a good sign in any shape or form. Jerry,
Right.
Thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it. And by the way, everybody, John and Margo are in the house. We love this. Where's the applause, first of all? We need our applause here because it is New Year's here on 77 WABC and around the country on The Rita Cosby Show. And we have with us our great owner and operator, John Catsimatidis and Margo Catsimatidis. We call them the dynamic duo. And Margo, as you're sitting down, by the way, I just did every night on the show, I do what is called a salute to our heroes. And tonight, I don't know, did you hear this? This was from Beckley, West Virginia. So if I remember correctly, as Margo used to perform in Beckley, West Virginia. That was like total, I'm like, wait, I know Beckley, West Virginia. Yep. So Margo, as you're sitting down, you got to tell us a little bit about your history in Beckley, West Virginia. Like you have like an amazing history, my friend.
Some of those wonderful days I spent. I used to do summer stock there at Cliffside Amphitheater, and two of the best summers I had ever had. I'm trying to get John to go there and visit Beckley because it's such a beautiful town and such great people and a lot of talent there. So, yeah, it was great.
Well, I did go to Hazard, Kentucky.
You did.
Where your dad was at.
That's true. But Beckley, it's just the people are wonderful. They're full of heart and soul. And I stayed with a wonderful family that took care of me for 2 summers, and it was really great.
Well, I'm glad that we honored him because there were a lot of patriotic people there, too, and great spirit and great Americans.
Great governor.
Yeah, great governor.
Yes,
That's actually,
yes.
You're right. Yeah, there's a great governor.
So now we have a reason to visit.
Yeah, that's right.
Governor Morrissey, a great governor and I think he's from New York originally.
Yeah, he is. Isn't that funny with his accent? That's right. When he was on with us.
Round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows.
And then, of course, we have Manchin. Joe Manchin was there in West Virginia too. Remember? I mean, so they have good American patriots coming from there, right, John?
And I spoke to Joe Manchin, and he left. He left the Democratic Party because he couldn't take some of the nonsense that was going on.
Well, and I think we might see more of it. John, what are your thoughts? We're taking calls from everybody. By the way, we had a call from England a little bit ago. They're listening to the show from England.
We didn't have Australia yet?
No, we got to. Oh, yeah. Where are they? They're slowing down tonight. By the way, we usually do have a call.
Yes, we do.
And we often get also calls from Israel, too. We've had some of the Israeli fighters calling. Japan. Yeah. What are your thoughts, John, too, about what are you guys saying good riddance to in 2025?
Oh, my God.
There's a lot, right?
There's a lot.
Good riddance to people thinking they hate other people for no reason.
Yes, let's get rid of hate.
Yes, for no reason. You're
right.
It's
not anti-Semitism. Let's get rid of all hate.
All hate.
Yep.
I mean,
and just love one another like America was built on.
You know what? As you're talking about, you guys, I think about some of the rhetoric that gets spewed from different politicians, where they seemingly call somebody a Nazi or a fascist. Like these words to me, what happened to the good old days where if you disagreed with somebody, you would do it in a thoughtful manner. You would explain why. Now it's resorted to this horrible name calling.
But these young people have been taught the bullet words that they can use to try to shut others up who are really good at heart and just trying to talk, like you said. Have a good conversation, but they use those. What's that word? Those words. They're just awful.
Well,
yes,
I'll tell you,
trigger words.
Trigger words.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
when
you.
we were growing up, you say, I'm going to punch you in the mouth. That was the worst thing that could happen.
Right,
that's
I'm
the
going to
worst
punch
thing.
you in the mouth.
Yeah, you say, how dare you?
We'll shoot you, we'll kill you,
Yeah.
we'll put a knife in you.
And you're this
Right.
and you're that. You know, the young people, they just, so someone is brainwashing them. And that we have to realize. And especially in the schools, they're not being taught enough to be Americans.
Yeah.
You know?
By the way,
That's a great point.
10 minutes for New York City.
I can't believe it.
Ah.
I can't believe it. And by the way, this year, you guys, the ball changes.
Yes.
Because first at midnight, where we're all going to be together with all of our great listeners, it becomes, of course, it's 2026. And then 4 minutes later, it goes red, white, and blue to kick off the 250th anniversary.
Yes.
And then also we're going to have a new mayor, too, in the middle of all that, too, as well.
How lovely.
I mean, the big surprise was this new mayor is, I guess, getting sworn in on a Koran.
Yeah, that's interesting, John. At the old subway station, of course.
Whatever happened to In God We Trust.
Yeah. And we're told that
all
it's,
others pay cash.
Yeah.
That was the expression.
Yes.
It's going to be, you know what I'm looking for, you guys, too, to see who's going to be around. We're told we're going to get at least some pictures and maybe some video of the the official one, I should say, the private one that's happening at midnight. And then, of course, at 1 o'clock will be a big display.
Yeah, right.
But I'll be curious to see who's going to be by his
Because
side.
he can't wait to take power.
Yeah, and everybody. You can probably hear all the calls from all over
as
the country
ball's
tonight.
dropping, who's hitting the button this year?
Eric Adams is. He told us. He told me and John the other day on Cats and Cosby.
So it'll be 12:01 when they...
Yes.
At 12 o'clock, Eric Adams is still mayor. At 12:01, you have a new mayor.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? That's why they do it right there, unofficially. And Letitia James is going to be, swearing him in. Let's see where it goes. You guys, we're going to take a break, and we're going to continue with John and Margo, the owners and operators of Red Apple Media, the greatest network. There's the applause. They're going crazy as we ring in 2026. We are minutes away, guys.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. It's the Rita Cosby Show.
And there is a party going on right here and the studios here on 77 WABC. As you're listening across the country to the Rita Cosby Show, we are ringing in the new year, which is going to be happening in a matter of minutes. John, your final thoughts, John Catsimatidis, about 2025 as we're opening the champagne. Margo's got caviar. This is what I call a party, John.
Well, I just pray for the greatest year the United States of America ever has. I pray for President Trump's health because he's the one that saved America and made the free world free.
Yeah, no, and you know what? He's taught us how to fight, John, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, think about all the things that were up against him that he got through.
I think our country was on the wrong road, and I was really worried that we were at the edge.
Yeah, and thank goodness Trump has pulled us through, and he's saying tonight, his prayer that he just put out a little bit ago, John, was that he is hoping for peace on earth. He's having a big party tonight in Mar-a-Lago, but the biggest party is here in the studio on the Rita Cosby Show.
Well, we're broadcasting worldwide right now, and we got millions of people listening, and God bless America.
Well, we're going to ring in the new year, and everybody, to our national audience, Happy New Year. We love you.
Thanks for listening to The Rita Cosby Show. You can hear The Rita Cosby Show weeknights at 10 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.